What's up, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome to the Cold Boot, where I look at new games and/or DLC. And today, we are looking at the awesome Level Max DLC for Trials Fusion. And as you can see, they changed up the title screen once you buy this DLC. I'm not even sure. There was a big update. What happens is, you get the update, and then if you buy the DLC, you get access to what was in that big, 5 gig update. So it might change the screen regardless. I don't know. I bought the DLC. It is $9.99 on the PlayStation Store. Additionally, there are a bunch of things to talk about here. But additionally, there's also now, you can buy currency. You see there? This looks like a fucking free-to-play game now. Look at that. There's 400 acorns, and you can buy acorns. Now, I am told the acorns are for cosmetic DLC, therefore it is not that big of a deal, but this game did not have that shit when it launched. It has been over a year now, and I cannot believe they're adding that shit in now. It feels like a fucking mobile game now, and it feels like 100% Ubisoft, and that is not a thing that I agree with if you follow this channel before. So, let us actually hit R1 here, and hit triangle, and okay, $5, $10, $20, $30, best value. What the fuck? What the fuck? But that's not why we're here today. I'm actually going to go over here to Writer. I have 91 of 91 items, so I'm not really sure what these acorns are actually going to unlock for someone who's been playing the game for as long as I have now. If you want to get this DLC with the base game, you can get the base game plus the DLC plus everything, for like $40. So if you don't already have, yeah, that's, oh, there we go, okay. 995 acorns to play as Rayman. Now, can you earn acorns by playing the game? I don't know. I would hope so, but shit. Anyway, let's actually see what some of this stuff says here. Yeah, what does this say? Because this is the part where I'm not a fan of what they're doing here. Ubisoft, Apache, Lumitech, unique helmets, Bite Kings. What is Bite Kings? Okay, yeah, here. Things that cost acorns. Unique helmets, Space Pug, Plague Doctor, and then, those outfits here and stuff. We're going to back out of that. We're not going to get too far into that. We're going to actually head into the bulk of what this is, which is going to be way down at the end here, which is the Redlinks All Stars, which is 22, I think it's 22, tracks. Like, just, trials tracks, and I think there's one skill game and one FMX, and then the Awesome Adventure, which is this weird stuff with the unicorn being ridden by the cat. So we're gonna hop in here for a track or two on this stuff. There it is. Wait, I can't actually use it? Weird. That's weird. Pit Viper, I don't know. I guess I gotta actually find the stuff to unlock the thing. That's... Anyway, yeah, so this is new DLC for Trials. It's $10. It's got 40... They say 40 tracks. So what that means is there are 22 traditional Trials tracks. There are 8 tracks in this awesome level whatever thing. And then there's one skill game, one FMX, and... Oh. No. One skill game, one FMX, and Supercross. I was like, what the hell was the other thing that's in this pack? And they're in... Actually, I shouldn't have chosen this bike. In addition, there are going to be 5 Supercross tracks being put out for free. But as someone who does not play any local multiplayer in this game, and who does not play very much of the online multiplayer in this game, To me, Supercross, not particularly an exciting... Oh, that was an accident. Not particularly something I'm going to care about. And I am just like, I should not have chosen the best bike in the game for this, but what are you going to do? There we go. Now I am a unicorn being ridden by a cat. That is the conjecture behind whatever the hell this is. I'm going to play like one or two more of these and then actually head into what I care about, which is the Trials tracks themselves. Obviously, not going to cover the entire DLC in this cold boot because it is more extensive than previous DLCs were. And here we are. Welcome to the adventure. So, Unicorn Mark II. This should be plenty weird, is my understanding. But you know me, it's new Trials DLC. I had planned on having this video out yesterday, but the patch required to make the DLC work was not live until I was already out of the door going over to Grimm's, which is what I do on Tuesday evenings. So unfortunately, I was not able to make that happen. This feels weird. Like, the physics are real floaty on this stuff. This is like, why would you do this? Why would you do this? Like, yeah, it's funny, but you're gonna base your whole DLC around this weird aesthetic? Like, don't get me wrong, I am all about weird. Like, one of my favorite games is, or, well, several of my favorite games were from, Swery65, who's made Deadly Premonition and D4, Dark Dreams Don't Die, and those games are plenty fucking weird. But this just seems to be weird for the sake of, like, being weird, and to base your whole DLC around it. What the fuck is even happening? Texture popping's happening. Is kind of, I don't know. Not really digging it. Like, when they had the trailer, I was pretty much on board, but this just seems to be like, you know, somebody spent some time in the track creator and made this thing and decided, hey, we're gonna put the whole deal. That's really jarring. It's really jarring and not very fun. The way they keep transitioning their stages. Like, that part where it freezes for a frame is really fucking me up. Because then you gotta do it again. And it kind of loses the impact when it keeps happening like that. That needs to be smoother, or that needs to be, you know, better. I don't know how, but if all the tracks are like this, I'm hoping this is just a gimmick. Fucking stop for this track. But this is, like, I'm not gonna say unplayable, but man, not something I'm ever gonna want to play again. And if I had to get the platinum, I'm pretty sure I'd be pretty upset about it. But thankfully, we have finished that monstrosity, as it were, if you will. And no other really ending things. We're going to X here and move along with this nonsense. That was the thing that happened, and I'm not going to say I enjoyed it. So we're going to hit Role Player here. That's got some pixel art, so that's promising. I am all about pixel art and chiptunes, etc., etc. Resurrect the Ancient Cat Warriors. So let's do that, I suppose? I don't know. Trials Fusion is a weird game for me. It feels like it lost the heart and soul of what made Trials so good to begin with. And certainly I don't hate the game. You know, I had fun with what I played of it, of the many, many hours that I played of it, and I think, you know, there are certainly some great tracks in the package. I didn't particularly agree with their DLC plans, but as I bought the disc version of the game, I certainly got all 6 of their DLC packs. I see people on the internet upset that this was not part of the Season Pass, but they very clearly said what the Season Pass was. It was those 6 packs, and they did deliver those within that first year, in addition to, you know, eventually putting out the multiplayer, etc., etc. So, having this be, you know, a separate $10 thing, I don't have a problem with. But I could see where people, you know, get upset about DLC. Like, I understand that notion. Honestly, I'm more perhaps bothered by the inclusion of a free-to-play mechanic where, you know, hey, you can buy currency to get more outfits, because I don't know if you can get acorns any other way. I haven't actually, you know, gone deep enough into this DLC to find out. Because if you can only get those acorns by buying them, yeah, granted, it's only cosmetic DLC, and that is how a lot of games run, where you can play the core game by itself, and if you don't care about the cosmetic stuff, which I don't, then it's not a big deal. But the inclusion of it to begin with, the fact that it's on your freaking menu screen is what's really just like, it makes you look desperate. It makes you look like, hey, we don't believe enough in the core of this gameplay that is going to bring in a fan base, because we managed to alienate a good portion of our Trials HD and Evolution fan base by our decisions to push FMX and challenges as hard as we did in the base game. That, hey, we're gonna attempt to further monetize a more casual fan base, and as someone who is clearly not in that more casual fan base, that's kind of fucked on a lot of levels. But again, it's cosmetic, and whether or not you can earn those acorns to get that stuff, I don't know. Having spent the $10 on the DLC, this DLC, they give you 400 of those to start with, so you can buy, like, you know, one thing or whatever. But if it's not the thing you want, then obviously, you know, you kind of, hey, pay us more money. And it's like, you know what, Ubisoft, I've already paid you what I feel was a fair price. I'm not paying you for cosmetic DLC. Y'all can go fuck off. And that's kind of my thought on that matter. The horse stuff is not particularly fun. I can't say that I like it. It feels kind of like, hey, someone just kind of cobbled it together. It feels kind of half-assed, if you will. But that's just my thought on the matter. If you think it looks awesome, that's, you know, more power to you. We have unlocked the warriors here. I made sure to turn on subtitles and narration, so I'm surprised that there hasn't been any, considering how much of that was in the main game itself, that I usually just turn off because I don't care about story in a bike racing game. So there's that. But this is, I guess, trying to make some kind of a narrative with what they have, and that's fine. Like, sure, okay. I think we've seen enough of this stuff. There's 4 more of those. Medium, 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 easy. These are all like, you can tell they didn't want to go harder with that stuff, because the controls on the horse are not great. So, Redlinks vs. All Stars, which is the meat of this experience. So we have tracks from Redlinks proper, and we have tracks from members of the community. It's here by Jerome, by Martin, some of the best people who made tracks in the Track Central creation tool. So we're going to hit up a couple of these tracks. We're going to kind of do, you know, an easy, we'll do a medium, a hard, and then an extreme, and then that'll be the end of this stuff. I'm not actually sure where I see hard, extreme, skill game. I was told there was one FMX track, and I'm not seeing where it is. And honestly, I don't care about it, so that's good. So we'll hit up Elysian Skies here, and we'll use the Roach, as it is an easy track. And then we'll kind of, you know, hit up a couple more tracks, and then that'll be the end of what this DLC has to offer. Obviously, if you are into basic, the core experience, there are 22 new Trials tracks, and that is what I am most excited about in this DLC. That was a jump there. And I think at some point I changed to the female rider. I'm not sure how I did that, but okay, sure. I'm all about equality in my in my dirt bike racing. That's fine. Because honestly, I am focused on the bike more than anything else. So the rider not the most important thing in the world, which is why the cosmetic DLC stuff, you know, while egregious, does not bother me all that much because I'm never going to use it. I'm never going to care. There are I want to say there are helmets in Evolution that I never unlocked. I just never played enough to unlock them, and did not particularly care to be concerned about it. That was cool. What I'm concerned about is the core of the Trials experience, and if the tracks are fun, and if the racing lines are good, and the ending animations are funny, then I feel it is worth my $9.99. I obviously could have used that money to be subscribing to the WWE Network, but that's not where I'm at in my life. I don't have time for that, honestly. I barely have time to watch Raw. Anyway, we're going to hit up the last of the robots as a medium track. Obviously, I am skipping around a bit here because, I've only got so much time, and playing every track here on this video is, like, I can't do a 3-hour video. It's just not going to happen. But perhaps I will revisit some of this stuff in a Because of Reasons video, or, some other type of content on this channel. So keep an eye out. I do a Trials... I do a Track Central Spotlight video, pretty much every Sunday. So, I might look at more of this stuff there, or in some other capacity, outside of a Cold Boot video. But unfortunately, or I guess, fortunately, there's way too much content to cover in a Cold Boot, which is great, because usually, the Cold Boots I did of the DLC were, the entire DLC I was able to do in like a half an hour. Which, obviously, that's not including, getting platinums and doing the challenges. It is just, a blind playthrough of that stuff. So, certainly glad to see that there is more content that I could possibly do in a half an hour video. That's great. Like, that is what I like to see. Because when you look at it historically, when you look at the DLC stuff from Trials HD and Evolution, you were getting like 40 tracks for like $5. That was phenomenal. Obviously, the value proposition here as we move on to a next-gen system and being owned by Ubisoft, not quite the same thing. But I feel like I've made that point over and over again. So if you haven't watched those videos I've done, I've made that point quite a few times, that the value proposition, not quite the same. And if you hear some thunder out there, it is currently storming out right now. Let us hit up front side Ollie. Ollie. Welcome to Ollie World. Those games are great. If you haven't played Ollie on the PS4 or the Vita or the PS3, or Steam, go check out Ollie or Ollie 2. Those are pretty good games. I like them a lot. So we are here in a skate park, as the track name would suggest. Getting our half pipe on, or whatnot. Hit it! Oops. Oh, come on now. You want to get that flip, and then, well, obviously there's a more ideal way to do that, but... Alright, the track moves. I was like, what's that barrel for? But then they shift the driving line on you. There we go. Something like that. Is this a jump? Probably, yeah, that's alright. Oh, that's rough. That is rough. So I'm sure that can be done in one swift motion, obviously, on a blind playthrough, perhaps not. Not gonna happen, but there's the finish line. 5 faults, and then the big light rig falls on me. That's not bad. That is not terrible. So we will end this video on an extreme track, which, I am always a big fan of extreme tracks, and so yeah, we're only earning money here, and obviously I have plenty of money because I already bought everything that you can buy in the regular game. Alright, so not a lot of extreme tracks. Alright, that's a little disappointing. There's 2. 2 seems not enough. Like, totally not enough. That's weird. You put in that many tracks, and then you only got 2 extreme tracks? Huh. Alright, Dan. Extraterrestrial. I guess this DLC really is to appeal to more of the casual Trials fan, and not, you know, I guess they've spent their year of DLC appealing to more people like me, who want the extreme tracks, and we got 1 in each of those packs, I want to say. So I guess the bottom line is, if you want plenty of extreme and ninja tracks, then you are going to want to head over to Track Central, because there are hundreds upon hundreds of those. And they're all free, because it's Track Central. So I'd say get on that if you want more of a challenge, but it's kind of a bummer that you're not getting more of a official Redlinks challenge here on this DLC. I always do look forward to the official Redlinks tracks. Oh, come on now. That's... Not a fan of the gimmick stuff. Like, that is kind of weird. They would put in some kind of a gimmick in their extreme tracks, but I guess when you've been doing it as long as they have, you know, at a certain point you're gonna run out of ideas and have to start doing stuff like that. How do I even... I gotta get over it, and it makes you... Like, it makes you accelerate there. Alright, there we go. It's like a fucking auto-scrolling Mario stage or some shit like that. Don't hit your head. Aww. Like, some of this stuff, it's like making me move forward. I don't like... I don't know if it's a gravity thing, like, it's making me move forward. Not a fan. Not a fan. I like doing things on my own terms when it comes to... I'm not even holding the gas right now. Like, I'm literally just steering. It's a weird decision. Like, that's not a hard obstacle if you have control of your own gas, but I don't. So that makes it a hard obstacle. Weird. Like it's like, oh, guess what? This stage, your throttle is stuck. It's like, that's kind of fucked up. No, just kind of going full speed over the whole thing and having to learn how to maneuver as a UFO. As a UFO. I didn't make that. 26 faults on an extreme track, not... I mean, I'm gonna... This might not be the end, but am I... Are we gonna keep going here? Not the end, okay. I thought perhaps that seemed like an ending to a track there, but I was proven wrong. But my gas is still stuck on, so I guess this is kind of this whole track is, you are stuck running at max speed, which is... How do I... Can I brake there? No. Ah. You brake, it does nothing. There's the end of the track. Challenge complete. Oh, okay, that was a challenge. I wasn't supposed to have my throttle stuck there. Okay, I take it all back. That was one of the challenges that you weren't supposed to do that, but I did it anyway because I'm just that good. No, I'm kidding. That was short, so let's actually hit up the other extreme track and hopefully that has more of a challenge to it, because 33 faults on a blind read of an extreme track is not what I would consider an extreme track, personally. But again, I've been playing Trials for a long time, so there's always that. So, alright, Sean. Alcatrials. We'll give this a few minutes, and if I can't do it, I can't do it. On camera, anyway. And then we'll end our video. No, that's... Nope. Alright, can I make this happen? Can I? Nope. Can I make this happen? Is this too steep? Haha! As long as I hit that checkpoint, that is all I care about. Yeah, if they made these extreme easier just to appease, you know, having less of them and then making them easier to appease to a wider audience, I do not agree with that. But I would certainly hope that this one here so far seems like, you know, guys in the community obviously want harder tracks to prove their skill level, etc., etc. And I am all about that. And this obstacle certainly seems like your typical extreme obstacle where it's like you know what you have to do, but actually executing on that motion is where the challenge lies. Yeah, this is gonna be it's tricky. So we might just quit out here since we're already getting close to a half an hour, and I don't want to waste too much of your time while I smash my head into the wall, because there's plenty of me doing that on this channel, on all my other Trials DLC videos, so go check those out if you already haven't. I assure you they are somewhat entertaining, maybe, to somebody. I don't know. People watch them, that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. So yeah, we're gonna bail out of here, but yes, this seems like what I want out of, you know, more Trials tracks, is an actual challenge to sit down and play on my own time and not on camera, because it becomes more difficult on camera because there's more pressure to get it done right. And I've certainly completed my fair share of extreme tracks on camera. I can assure you there's evidence of that on this very channel, so go check it out if you already haven't. But we're gonna bail out of here. Rest assured, I will complete this track, as I will complete all the tracks on this DLC, as I always do. But yeah, I did that, and I didn't earn any more acorns. So I don't know if you maybe you earn acorns by finishing the awesome adventure. I don't know. Perhaps you can't actually earn acorns. Perhaps they're only available when you know, want to buy stuff. I'm not sure if there's any more new cosmetic stuff for the bikes. I'm gonna take a look here real quick. So, is there any new stuff? I want to Pit Viper, color, wheels. No, it's fairings. No, not color. I mean, body kit. Yes, there's totally new body kits that cost you acorns. Good to know. I'm not gonna do that. There doesn't appear to be any way to earn acorns in the game. I could be wrong. Perhaps it's in multiplayer. So that is going to do it for the Trials Fusion Awesome Level Max DLC Cold Boot. I hope that, you know, perhaps I give you a better idea of what's in this DLC, what it's all about, and whether or not you want to pick it up, that's up to you. Obviously, I have a bit of Stockholm Syndrome with Trials, and that I'm going to keep buying what they put out, because at least the core tracks are good. The kind of things that they put around it, perhaps not so good. But hey, make your own decisions. As always, I am your host, Attack Slug, and I will see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.